Hi guys, welcome back. My World 67. This is G-Man with another update as we head toward the completion of that first Amer.Flyer pre-war Caboose. Here it is, repainted and all. I've still got to go back and touch this lettering up just a little bit in the black space on the name boards, but here it is, repainted. And here's the chassis. Now I was going to do the chassis, go back and try to do the chassis of gray, or do them in the I think it's called what is it called? I can't remember. It's kind of a sandalwood or something like that. And but I got to thinking about it, and I decided just to go ahead and do them for now a flat black, because we're going to spray those anyway with a clear, and that's going to bring them to a gloss, and they're going to look really good when we get done with them. I just wanted to do a quick video to show you the progress on it. I've been really busy, so I hadn't gotten to do this video before now, but it turned out really nice. Got the couplers cleaned up. As you remember, they were really rusty. Got them cleaned up. This light socket was really dull and had a little corrosion on it. We got it clean inside out. Got the bar clean. It holds the screw that goes down in there from the base. Put a brand new bulb in it, which we're going to go ahead and insert. When it goes back together, it's going to look really good. Now, you might be asking about the rails, and here are the rails. I got them all cleaned up, and they are brass. Solid brass, and they'll go back right here, one on each end. We also have the ladders. Now they didn't clean up as well as I like. This one was really in bad shape. I didn't really know it until how bad it actually was, until I actually got ready to clean it. And so what I've done is I've taken a little bit of brass paint. It's kind of a brashish gold, and painted this one because these were actually brass coated. The brass was still pretty good on this one. I touched it up in a couple areas where it had worn through, pretty thin. No real rust, just a lot of tarnish. And again, those are going to be sprayed with clear before we put them back on. The other thing I wanted to share with you is these are all the parts that it takes to put that caboose together. And these window frames, as you can maybe see, there's still a little kind of shiny brass in places. This one's really bad. And there's just really no way to clean those up any further than what we've already done. Because they're actually, that coating is actually down to the metal, the tin. And so we're going to take those and we're going to use some of that brass paint that I just showed you, that brashish gold. And we're going to do the trim, redo them and get them looking good. And we're going to spray those with clear also. Now these journals are also brass, but they're not a high brass, but they are solid brass. And so we've gotten them clean, as clean as we can get them by soaking them and then brushing them and wiping them down. If we do it anymore, I'm afraid it's going to take off more of the coloration. Because as I said, I think they're solid brass because they're brass inside out, but they're so thin. But we're going to work with them and see if we can get them cleaned up a little better. Now we had all these journals. There's 8 of them, 2 for each wheel, and so we're going to get those going. The wheels, we soaked them, and all of this was soaked for like 3 days. The wheels were really, really dirty. And but we got them fairly clean. And then I'm going to go through and I'm going to clean them up a little more. I just took them out of the solution this evening and neutralized it and started wiping them down. A couple of them still bleeding a little rust from the inside. That's the contactor. For the rear set of wheels on the Caboose. And that's what picks the electricity up from the third rail, center rail, and makes the light work. And there's your axles, and you can see a little bit of rust color on the axles. We're going to get those cleaned up too this evening, or maybe tomorrow I might sit here and do a little bit on them. Tomorrow's Sunday, as you know, I don't do a whole lot as far as trains or anything like that on Sunday, but once in a while, stuff like this I'll do. But hopefully, maybe even we might even put it together tomorrow, because that's something we can do tomorrow. This not work, okay? And so, but we're going to get this together, and then the other Caboose. And I still hadn't done a whole lot to it. Yeah, I'll probably start on it Monday. But I did tape over the nameplates. And I used the tape that I used on this Caboose. And I've decided I'm going to paint this Caboose in Milwaukee colors to match the Hiawatha engine. Should turn out real nice. Now this one's missing quite a few pieces. It's missing the grab irons. And I thought I had an extra set of them. I still need one more grab iron for this one. I'm pretty sure I've got one somewhere for it. I think I've got 2 or 3, but I don't have enough to do both cars. And I only need one for this one, but I need all 4 for this one. And I've only got 2 or 3 spares. And I looked for them earlier today, but I couldn't find them. I've got so many boxes of stuff and stuff packed away that I couldn't locate them. But we're going to locate them in the next day or two and get one of those out and get it on the red Caboose. And we're going to take all this down, break it all down like we did with the other Caboose, and get it all clean and ready to paint. Get those wheels soaked. It's also missing these little round eyelets on each end. And I'm going to do some checking Hobby Lobby and Michael's and their craft departments and see if I can't come up with some kind of eyelets that will work in those holes. The original eyelets for these look like this. I don't know whether you can see that or not, but this is what they looked like. They had 2 little prongs on the back side of them, which just bend over the inside of the tabs, bend over the inside of the Caboose wall. And so we're going to see if we can find something like that. If not, we'll do something else. This has both ladders, and they aren't near as bad shape, but this one is in a little worse shape. It's almost as bad as the one was on this one that I had to redo. So I'm going to redo this one too. I think this one might clean up some. I may have to touch it up. These brass rails will definitely clean up if they're solid brass as the other ones were, and I think they are. I have no reason to think that they wouldn't be, since they're both from the same period, unless they ran out of that material for that and used the ionized brass, the coated wire. This is also missing one journal, and it's not lighted, and I don't know whether we're going to light it or not, or attempt to light it. But we'll see what goes with that. But that'll be on the next project for next week. We'll get that done. Shouldn't take me near as long to do it. I've got getting some more time again now, and so hopefully we'll be able to get on it and get it done. Okay, well, that's all I have for you on tonight. As always, have a happy rails to you, and have a blessed day on tomorrow, and we'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.